I know that there's something on the Word docs that's not on the email?
So generally you can just click through, but I'll make a note to send it out afterwards so everyone has easy access to it.
That would be great, but, yeah, okay. Under the Brown Act, can I skip a topic and come back if we have time? I'm looking specifically at our discussion.
Yeah, it's just information.
Okay, so let's go ahead and do any questions on the written reports and our action items, and then we'll see where we are with time. Okay, so in our packet, of course, there was the whole section of written reports. Does anyone have any questions or comments for Sarah on anything that was in the reports? Okay, but thank you for them. There was a lot of really good information and a lot to commend with respect to the amount of fund development grants, et cetera, that has been reeled in. So thank you. Action items. I need an approval of the minutes from our November meeting.
So moved.
Thank you, Shirley. And second, Marion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed or abstained? The audit. The next one is our foundation audit, and I'm sorry Kate Jolly is not here to be able to commend her once again for a squeaky clean audit.
Squeaky clean. Very good.
I tell you, the fiscal integrity of this organization and the way that those audits have been conducted for as long as I've been around is something of which I'm proud and have come to rely upon as a board member. So we do need to approve the official audit. Do I have a motion?
Second.
Okay, well, I'll take Brian's motion and Scott's second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed or abstained? And then lastly, Sarah, do you want to please explain a little bit the endowed fund distribution report? Make sure everybody understands what we're voting for there.
Sure, so this is the distribution that we will be making for academic year fiscal year 26-27. These are the funds that are available from our endowment to support over 400 different scholarships, as well as about 60 different program funds. So you're approving us to spend those monies over the 26-27 fiscal year.
And remind me how much money it was in total, do you know?
A little under 2 million, I don't have it in front of me.
Yeah, I don't have
It's a
the
good thing that we hired
I was
Carolina.
2.3, isn't it?
There we go, 2.3, okay, thank you.
Thank you, thanks for that, Sarah.
I move approval.
Thank you. Shirley, do I have a second?
Second.
We'll let Doug second this one. All in favor?
Sorry.
Opposed or abstained? Okay, do we have any other business, Sarah, that we need to conduct? Okay, well, we got through that in rapid words, so we can go back to our agenda item number 6. So, it's unfortunate that Kate was not able to join us today, because she was gonna bring us up to date a little bit on a few things, and so Sarah and I touched base and we said, well, what kind of topic would be really useful and important and interesting for us as a board to have as our discussion questions for the month, or for the meeting? And we decided that really getting input from you all around community outreach was timely and critically important. So on the back side of your agenda are the 2 questions that we want to just open up for discussion among us. First of all, and this is we were certainly given a lot of good fodder for this one with the presentation we just heard. What are the most compelling messages for the community to understand about srjc? And then the second question we'll get to is what are some of the key organizations, events, or activities where you guys are, where we all are connected, where we might link the junior college. So let's start with, what are the most compelling messages that you get questions about or that you think about that, Scott?
I've gotten it several times. It's because of the financial disasters that are occurring with schools everywhere, up, down, right, and left. People keep asking me, well, the JC must be in the same situation. I mean, it's the presumption that if San Jose City schools are going down, and Rincon Valley schools are going down, and Sonoma State's going down, we're getting lumped into it. And so, it would be good to have something tangible that I do respond, but it's, a little more than just saying, oh, no, JC's in good shape. I mean, throughout the total foundation, endowment gets their attention, but it's, you know, you need more than that.
It's more than that, it's the district.
Yes.
It's the college, so.
I feel the opposite, as the North Bay representative here, or North County, I guess, I feel up here, a lot of people are speaking the praises of the JC, so I would say continue. I don't know, I feel, whether it's this campus here, I'm a local resident of Windsor here, or Schoen Farm, people have nothing but great things to say about the JC, so I think, and, you know, kind of, even, you know, I know people up here talking about the Santa Rosa, school fiascos, but they're like, it's kind of like that shining star, they're like, but, you know, the JC there, we have a lot of great programs that people look forward to in the community, so I think that has been, a bright beacon in Santa Rosa.
I would agree. Yes, Brian?
On that note, I think that just between here and the other opportunity paths that are offered by the community, the college, to keep students here in Sonoma County. We're not, yes, of course, they go off to other communities too, but we're training them for jobs that are in demand here, so across the board, I think that's a very compelling.
And I think a great example of that is the construction center down in Petaluma,
Yeah.
for example.
Yeah.
But I know when I talk to people in the community, well, I always talk about, oh, yes, it's great if you wanna have a child go here for 2 years and then transfer, that's wonderful. But there's so many kids who that's not the career path for. And so we have, and I keep saying over 100, maybe over 150, but we have over 100 certificate programs where kids can become an electrician, or they can become a plumber, or whatever. And they can get really good jobs. And to me, that's a compelling message for the community to understand, because sometimes they think about the junior colleges going there, that's the first 2 years, and then kids go on, which is true. But to me, the fact that we have such an extensive career opportunity program at this place, to train kids who, that is what they need in their life to be able to live and not have to sleep on the sofa, as he was talking about when he was 17 or whatever. So to me, that's one of the most compelling messages I think we can deliver to the community, is how great we are in all of these programs. And so I love the fact that last month we toured I know about welding and auto mechanics now and all that kind of stuff. And I wanna go to Petaluma and see the construction, because I've never been down there to see the construction center. So to me, those messages coming out here today, I wanna commend you for taking us to these different places too, because I think that is a great message. You know, I think it would be great for us to go to Roseland again, because I think that's, again, a great message about what we're trying to do to help those that are sometimes the most needy in our community. And we just have a lot of first-time kids going to school out of our Hispanic community. And so, anyway, I just think the career programs, I couldn't agree with you more. I think that to me is a compelling message about how important this place is to get us people that can do all those things, and they don't have to move away. And they're gonna make a lot more money than if they go to school and become an accountant.
I agree 100%, especially with a lot of the fear, in the workplace now is being driven by AI.
Yes.
And people think that
It's
their
gonna
jobs
replace
are
them.
gonna be destroyed and so
Right.
on, and to be honest, if you're middle management, you need to be concerned about that.
Yep.
The gentleman who's the CEO of Palantir gave a speech at Davos, in Switzerland, and his comment was, we need plumbers.
That's right.
Okay, he's not talking about programming, he's not,
Yeah.
this guy's talking about, we need plumbers. Okay, and I honestly think that should be, it is how we differentiate ourselves, from other schools, and given the cost, I mean, you know, to go to a four-year college now, you're paying $60,000 a year. I mean, when I had my kids, the thought was, to raise a kid, it costs $250 grand. Now, I thought that was a lot, but now you're talking about, you know, if you go for 4 years, almost $250 grand, and I guarantee you that doesn't cover all your living expenses. I mean, it's ridiculous, and I don't know how the four-year colleges, personally in my mind, I don't think they're gonna be able, all of them, to survive. really do think strategically, we need, you know, parents should be able to figure out for themselves that coming here for 2 years and then going to a 4-year school makes more sense financially. But we need to show people what the opportunities are career-wise outside of that path. Because that path is not gonna produce the satisfaction for students and for the parents who are paying for it that it used to. It's just
I
not
think
going
that's
to.
why-
It's a model that doesn't work.
Elizabeth's videos that she created that,
Yes.
you know, to your point, I think were excellent. Yes, Troy?
So if we're talking about the most compelling message for the community to understand it, I would say, maybe not the most, but a very important one is, the average age of Sonoma County now is 61, 62 years old. And it's gonna continue to go up every year by about a year. So weirdly, it's me. I'm the average of Sonoma County now, going up, right? And when we talk about our audience, you know, I think a lot of times we think in terms of our audience as parents and the kids. But the truth of the matter is, a lot of the support that we get comes from that average age, right? And so to me, it's and I don't know about any of you that have had, that you maybe raised children, and you remember how involved you were in their school when you were there? And then the second that you left, you've moved on to the next thing, right? And so to me, the compelling message is the overall economic benefit that this college presents to the county in general, because one of the largest employers, one of the largest landholders, he touches so many different things, trains all these people, and we do need those plumbers, because I know it's hard to get a plumber right now, and it's ridiculously expensive. Yeah, so how does that affect the people that aren't already like in our sphere? That to me is, I think, the compelling message that we should be thinking about.
I agree. I think an offshoot of that is, there's the economic part, but I think you need to make it personal.
That's what How does it
We
affect
are
you?
all so close to this that we know the wonderful things that are occurring. One of the things that I did when I was in Monterey, and I'd do these monthly luncheons with community members, and always started out by asking, what's the relationship you have with Monterey Peninsula College? And they go, oh, you know, I drive by it every day, and it's that place up on the hill. And what they didn't realize is the personal part of this, that if you went to the doctor, if you had your car fixed, if your AC was repaired, anyway, you had touch with that college, because that's where they were trained. And so I'm way over 61 or 62. But for that whole population, we do have the resources. I think bringing the message home for them to realize that, no, this is not about young kids going to college, this is about the quality of your life. And you invest in it because it enhances the quality of your day-to-day existence. But that's not something that people realize. They don't know that if you see a police officer, there's about a 75% chance they came through the academy. That, I don't know what the percentage is now, but it used to be like 80% of all the nurses in California went through community college programs.
That's exactly, that was the data point I was gonna share, and I thought Steven was gonna talk about it, but no, that is true. Throughout the state, when it comes to nursing, teachers, and first responders, all over 60%, and then there's 70, and I think 72, 73%. You're spot on, right? If they get their start at a community college, and then if they move on to get additional academic awards and achievements, but it's big. And
Can you imagine a day if everybody in Sonoma County that went to the JC had a little sticker? I went to srjc, and they wore it for a week, and we just went about our lives and just noticed.
Well, that would be great, but I'm talking about people who didn't go to the JC, but you still benefited from the
Well,
JC.
my point is, you would go to the doctor and you would see, oh, the PA has one of those stickers.
Make your life
Oh,
better.
I went for, a mammogram, oh, the tech
Well,
has
that's
a
true.
SRJC
I still
sticker.
have yet to go to any kind of medical appointment and not have an SRJC
Yeah,
on vehicle.
I asked,
Absolutely.
In my
I
business.
asked them, but that's
I did
because,
too, I asked where you
but
get
that's
your
because we've got the lens on.
Yeah.
To your
But you know,
point.
another compelling message, I think, kind of related to everything we're saying is, I have said to people, if you are interested in supporting this college, whatever your interest is, we probably have a program that you could donate money to.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people are passionate about nursing, or they're passionate about fire safety, or they're passionate about, auto repairs, or in other words, they have some thing about, that they think that is really important to them. And we probably have a program that gets people interested in that, and so it's kind of like, we can take your money and put it wherever you want. You don't have to just give it all to building the fire tower out here or something. You can give it to, the nursing program, or you can, because to me, we have such a variety that we support. And to me, that's an important message for the community also, to understand that, you can direct it. You can tell them what to do with your money.
So let's
I
shift
think,
gears.
can I
Okay,
say
go
something?
ahead.
I think Troy's point is an important one. Because particularly in terms of bond issues and things like that, these are the property holders.
Yep.
They're all of that,
Yeah.
we're all of that age, okay? And I think you do have to make it personal to them. I had a friend that passed, he had a heart attack, he laid in the middle of the road, and it took 20 minutes for the fire department to get there, okay? For that group of people, push the fire department and EMT. That's something that they can see that would be a direct benefit to them. So,
I would like to shift gears for Carolina and Sarah's sake, especially to look at and just popcorn brainstorm. What are the key organizations, events, or activities that you are personally connected to that you wanna make sure we hook into SRJC? So if we could just give them some of our connections, that would be great. And we'll do that just for a couple minutes here.
Santa Rosa Memorial Hospital.
Is that
And
something-
Marina, obviously,
I'd be happy to, I gotta think about that for a minute, cause there's
Okay.
a lot, right?
Yeah.
I just wonder if we could, but I wonder if we could send
That's a
that to
really
you.
good point, Troy,
by
rather
email.
than just trying to come up with it really quick, especially at the very tail end of this meeting. Let's put that, as an action item for the board to bring to the next board meeting.
Yeah.
Okay, and so that would be a
Would it be
request.
asking too much if you, I hate to ask you this, would you send me an email and ask me that question?
Yeah.
So that I can respond to your email and I won't have to write it down as a to-do?
No, we'll do it to everybody.
Is that, I'm sorry. I have to do that.
Presentation and then the reminder to be thinking about this and to bring some ideas to the next one.
Yeah, but I mean, I'd love to just be able to,
That's a good idea.
Yeah, that's great,
Very good
Troy.
idea.
sorry to ask you to do that, but.
And one last thing, as we get ready to walk out, and anybody have any major takeaways from today, that something new you heard or learned that you're just really glad you were here?
Oh, all about this
Yeah.
program.
It was incredible. That was
Fantastic.
great, yeah,
Can I share like a 30-second story?
of course.
So I was actually an administration and justice major at the college in 1982.
Oh.
And I went all the way, so it was great because all the teachers and the professors that were here at the time, I was talking with Steve about. I ended up having a weird back injury that kept me from becoming a police officer because that's what I wanted to do. So actually it was a double major in college and I swapped out. I went business and went banking, which was just a weird path. But I volunteered at Los Galicos Academy as a criminal. So for the
Perfect
transfer,
casting.
Scenario.
when I was 19. So they gave me all, I did some of the craziest stuff out there. It was so much fun.
You're president of a bank, this
Yeah.
worries me.
I had this big gun that I put behind my wallet, and it was all this stuff, and it was so much fun to be a criminal. Oh my gosh, it was great. So if you ever have an opportunity to do
To
that.
be a criminal, that.
Highly recommend it. Volunteering
I'm
to
gonna
do
take
that.
that away as one of my to-dos.
Yeah, but it was a great program then, and it's a great program now, and we're just so lucky.
Yeah.
I'm sorry I missed the tour, I just couldn't.
Well, this was a great board meeting, Sarah, and
So thank you.
thank you for getting us to these different sites.
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Anybody have any last comments or questions before we adjourn?